A few days ago, I made a video talking about the fact that Emily had quit her job at Bella's, the place that we saw featured on this season of Love During Lockup, and she has dealt with a lot of drama since she left. She's been calling out the place that she worked at, the girl that she was beefing with, Bushy Meadows. She was calling Emily out. And since then, Bushy Meadows posted, why they really call her Bushy Meadows. She says, some women find body affirming care through augmentation. Mine is through my natural body hair. And then she shared a few videos. She made one video kind of reacting to Emily's Snapchats. I don't follow Emily on Snapchat, but I guess she posts a lot more on her Snapchat, compared to, IG. Shaking. Okay, so let's take a look at some posts that Bushy Meadows made. She goes by Bushy Meadows on IG. Okay, so this is what she posted earlier. She said, not everyone is built to be a Bella's beauty.
You. Disgusting to think you could be having a conversation right here and someone else could butt in and just scream at you and just belittle you.
Here at Bella's Hacienda, we are always considerate of our employees. We don't condone yelling or crash out behavior.
The exact words were, you need to be nicer to me.
We of course ask that you be nice and treat everyone with respect.
Your move, no one fall for it. It could have been if one, the manager texted me and tried to make things right.
If there are any issues, our managers will talk to you directly or have you see yourself out.
And if the Harry Wildebeest didn't insert herself, they're making fake accounts and commenting all up in my Instagram that they're going after the way, my size and the way I look when they're bigger than me.
At Bella's, we have a zero tolerance policy for any type of bullying, whether that be online or in person. We honor all body types, ethnicities, and all various forms that women hold.
You guys are so stupid. A whole ass business, nonprofit podcast, all this back home on the East Coast. You dumb really said I'm gonna be nice. And I just crashed the out on all y'all. That's what you get. I don't even give a Don't be stupid.
We are currently hiring and you don't need any prior experience. All that we ask is that you're nice and don't have a reality TV show. If you'd like to apply to Bella's, please visit us at www.bellas.us.
Okay, what's wrong with having a reality TV show? That's what I heard. I guess Emily was having a conversation with someone. Bushy said something to Emily, overheard something Emily was saying. She said something to Emily and Emily didn't like what she said. So Emily kind of got loud and Bushy was like, you need to be nicer to me. And then Emily got upset after that, and one thing led to another. Emily reached out to management. She felt like they weren't reaching back out to her, and she just eventually was like, screw this, I'm leaving. Bushy Meadows and her boyfriend said that the night that Emily quit, the police showed up at Bella's checking to see if they had licenses.
Another thing I was thinking is...
Okay, so she said the majority of people are already against us, sex, SWs. We don't have to like each other, but I think that it's important that we at least keep each other safe and put the community as a whole first before pride and ego. Emily Anthony calling the cops on the Cali Love and Bella's was so out of line.
What kind of SW calls the cops on another SW? Especially if that SW is a mixed black man. Yeah, not cool. Not cool. I'm still pretty heated about that and not cool.
If that is true, and if she was behind that, then that isn't cool to be calling the cops. Unless they did something shady and didn't pay her out. But from the messages I've seen, it sounds like they paid her out. Everything was settled outside of Emily being able to talk to any higher ups. someone asked Bushy, why the hell did she do that? And Bushy said, I really don't know. The whole thing was so off the wall and confusing to us all. And now I just want to talk about Felicia and Rich. They're a couple that I haven't talked about yet this season. I just want to give a quick recap on everything that's went down with them so far. Every time I see Rich, I think of Wiz Khalifa. Like, this is Wiz Khalifa's doppelganger, in my opinion. And he is dating this girl named Felicia, and she has been locked up since she was a teenager. She's never really been in like a long-term serious relationship. Well, I don't know, this is confusing because they're trying to make it sound like in the cast bios, like before this season came out, that she's never been like in a long-term relationship before. But we did see her say in a confessional, well, when I get out, I have some exes who don't play about me. So you definitely been in some kind of relationship before, but not like compared to like what Rich has. He's been married several times, but this man had a dream one night that he met this girl on a prison website, and a prison pen pal website. So the next morning he's like, oh my god, I gotta go look up a prison pen pal website. And I guess one of the first few pictures he came across was Felicia, and it looked just like the girl he saw in his dream, and he is just like convinced that it's meant to be. I think Rich is just being way too naive. I mean, I think he has some street smarts. I don't think he's like a total naive dude, but I just think that he doesn't understand that there's a lot of women that are in prison, like think of Deontay's ex-girlfriend Nicole, who just like to prey on men that write them and will have multiple different guys they're getting money from. And who's to tell that she's really going to come out and go home to you when she gets out? She is out. I follow her on Instagram. I made a video before the season started covering her social media and stuff like that. But I haven't seen no sign of Rich. It's always just her going out and going clubbing and going out drinking and hanging out with the ladies at the bar. I don't ever see any sign of Rich, but I mean, maybe it's just because she can't break NDA. But it seems like she's definitely trying to make up for lost time now that she's out. And then we see Rich in this last episode. He went to go see like a sidekick. You know, these Love After Lockup producers really love setting people up with sidekicks. And this sidekick was like, I can tell that you have a genuine good heart and that you just want to be loved and you're very sensitive. And that like just struck a chord in Rich. He just started breaking down crying. And I think that's because he like finally felt seen and heard for the first time in a while. And I think he just probably's like, you know, men, they have to always act strong and they can't show their emotions, and because they feel like it's a sign of weakness. And I feel like he just had a chance to really, you know, let some weight off his shoulders. You can tell that even though he doesn't talk about it, you can tell that there's a lot on his plate. I think he's a lot more stressed out about Felicia's release and things are going to really work out than he leads on. But let me know what you guys think about Felicia and Rich so far. We've only seen them in a few episodes, but I'm curious to see how this couple is going to end up. And with her just being in prison since being so young, is she's going to be ready for what is Rich is wanting? Since he's been married twice before, I'm assuming he's looking for something like long term with like marriage and babies. But you guys let me know what you think about everything, and thank you so much for watching.